and I won't, because they did very, very well for me and did very, very well for us. They got us out of relegation, some of them, and they took us up the table. So I won't be casting aspersions on them because they are good lads and they are good players. I think what we've got now is better. Now, the results would suggest that they're not. And I work with them every day. I recruited them. I made the decisions on them. And you're absolutely right in terms of our midfield players. They are not scoring the goals that they should. I think Gary might have one or two. Darren hasn't got on the score sheet yet, and that's what he's here to do, to get 10 goals a season. That's part of what he's here for. And he isn't doing it just yet. But I do put the word yet at the end of it because they will do. And I think the reason that they're not getting up to support the striker is, I think, again, because of a confidence. And when you're in a situation where you're worried about what's behind you rather than getting on and scoring a goal, it's a negative behaviour. And they might be worried about what's behind. Well, they are worried about what's behind them, and they shouldn't be. So I take your point, and it's a very, very valid point. And especially when we're playing three players in midfield, then it's very, very important that two of them get in the box and go. One, to support the striker once it goes in there, and two, to support the players like Chris Hackett, Stuart Dallas, Ian Morris, whoever it is who's out there, Danny Emerton, crossing the balls. They've got to be in the box, and they haven't been in there as much as they should be. So I think that's a very fair point. Both points are very fair, but I do think part of it, particularly in the midfield, is down to a lack of confidence. And you only get through that by piling through it and just trusting yourself and just going for it. But that's what makes him part of who he is. And when he came on 70 minutes, 75 minutes, and everybody got off the seat, then I've never had a player like that before that could do that. I've never had a player that could do that. But again, I have to make decisions on 30-year-old knees that are carrying around that bulk, that he's had a serious knee injury before, is our highest paid player by a very long way. I've got to make a decision. He scored 28 goals, I think, in the period I was here. At the start, they were all in open play. Towards the end, they were all from set plays that had been structured and set up for him to score. So people like Clive Platt would get across the near post. People like Clark Carlisle would go and pin the goalkeeper. No chance of scoring, but making sure that they left it open for Bayo and Kelvin to score. Now, part of what we were last year was about scoring goals from set players, because we had size, we had power, we had great delivery. We haven't got that as much this year. And I've done that on purpose because I want us to be more flexible. And at this moment in time, it isn't working as well as it should do, on top of everything else. So, do I miss him? I miss the effect that he has on the crowd, I have to say that. I miss the effect that he has on the crowd. But you know, that's gone. That's gone now. Last year's, I do think there was a massive hangover from last year. You know, it was a great achievement, I think, by the players and the staff and everybody here to get to Wembley after where we come from. But the performance was shocking. We just never turned up, and you don't do that at a final. You do that in the JPT when there's nobody here. You don't do it in a Wembley final in front of, you know, everybody making a big day of it. So that hurt. That hurt all of us. And I do think there was a little bit at the start of feeling sorry. I certainly did, feeling sorry for myself. But it's finished now, and I've been here before when I came, and you all looked a lot older than I did, and things turned around then. And they'll turn around again. And this time when they turn around, you'll have a better team to watch. You'll be more entertained, and you'll have a nicer stadium to see. It's just at the moment those seem a very long way away. And I feel the same as you. But it will turn. It will turn.